Helly, 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 helly. Oh, what the helly? Where are you guys? Hey guys. Okay, so today for the daily Duet Night Abyss video that Morph makes, we are going to be talking about the complete ultimate Demon Wedge guide. Now that everything in the game has been figured out, sorta, especially when it comes to Demon Wedges, it's finally time to make the guide for it. Yes, I made one in the past, but it is very flawed. But now, this one's gonna be perfect. This guide will tell you exactly which one to farm first, why you're farming this first, and where to go next. So that your time farming Demon Wedges is efficient and you will get the results that you want faster and quicker than ever before. Let's get into it! First off, of course, you're going to want to go into your Noctoyager manual. You're going to start off with a level 65. The reason why you're going to start off with this one is because you gain the most power from these wedges right here, depending on your elemental team or who you're maining. So if you're maining Lyn, of course, you're going to pick the fire. If you're maining Rebecca, you get the hydro, which is this one. If you're maining Nif, then you don't really need this, but it's best to do this. I suggest getting Prismatic Neon, especially because Fina's out, and this is very important for Fina. This one's good for Fina too, but this one is important for Fina, for future characters and characters right now. Okay, so you want to do the 65 first because you get these very rare and very powerful Demon Wedges right here. It is a chance to get, it is not a good chance to get it. You'll probably need a lot of hours to get this done. This is about 11 hours with the use of a few green boosters, like 60 boosters. If you're gonna do it daily, like 30, let's just say it's gonna take about 11 hours to farm, depending on who you're farming with. Okay, the reason why you want to farm this one first is because of the insane power that you get after you get this. Once you get this and then you start farming for other things, your farm will become better and easier. This is immediately a great power source for your character. Sometimes they are better than I6 characters because just read this, you will get double the amount of this, especially this one. Yeah, this one is crazy. The skill damage in gold +5. If you want to see it, it's on my truffle. It is 55% skill damage with an additional 154% skill damage. That is really, really strong. Okay, so that's why you want to do that first. And not only that, you're also going to be rewarded with these things, the Phoenixes. Phoenixes will be used for later upgrades on level 80 for these things, specifically Wing Inspo, Nirvana if you're using an HP scaler. This one this is primarily just for Randy, and then this one is also for Randy. So Randy gets 2, the HP scalers get 1, and this is for everybody. This is probably the most game-changing Demon Wedge there is. Okay? So again, 65, you will get the Phoenixes, which is materials for this one. Important for that. Once you finish this, you'll probably have halfway through of this. You'll probably have like 25 to 28 copies of Phoenixes. But not only that, you are also farming Covenanters while you're farming this one. Covenanters are these ones which you can stack on your build. You just have to make it +5 for the purples, and of course +5 for the golds as well, so that you can put more Covenanters on your build. By now, you should be familiar with this. And when you're farming specific elements, only the specific Covenanters will drop. You will not drop these things, don't worry. It's just the one for your element. Not only that, guys, you will also drop necessary purple mats or purple Demon Wedges for your weapons that you will need to upgrade in the future. It depends if you want to do it now, but I believe the future of this game is in weapon damage, especially in patch 1.1. So at least you will be farming the necessary weapon mats for this. Now that we've talked about why you're doing this first, we are now gonna demo it and show you guys what it is. As you saw, it is a defense mission, so this one is a hassle because, well, not only do you have to do the activity, but you also have to run to the activity. I wish that devs just made it so that you just appear in the room, at least load in the same room as this thing, so you don't have to run here and waste 15 seconds. Okay, so what you do is, as Hellfire, or it's best to use the opposite element, you know, like the weakness element. So I'm doing Illumino. If you use an Umbro character, they should be able to clear this easier and faster. But I don't use any Umbro, so I'm stuck with Hellfire. Okay, so the first phase is on top. A little tip, wherever you're standing, the elite will spawn close to you. That's basically how the elite works in this defense mission. See how it's next to me? So it will appear next to you, so it's going to be impossible for you not to pick up the loot. And there you have it. I did not get the drop, which is the prismatic neon that I wanted, but that's okay. I was just demoing this for you guys so that you see what you can get. And like now, as you can see, I dropped a Phoenix Blessing. This will be used in the level 80. Your manual blueprints. Okay, so there you go. You do this one. You're gonna do this about 700 times. It's roughly about 11 hours farm without any boosters. If you use boosters, of course, it's gonna be shorter. But if you just use green boosters, like let's say you were able to save up 300 boosters that are green, you will cut the farm in half to about 6 hours. But if you use other boosters, then it's going to be faster, of course. But it's up to you how you farm this. I really suggest saving boosters for the Demon Wedge. Alright, so let's just say you got 50 copies of this. This is a predetermined drop, by the way, guys. Once you get 50 copies of this, you will automatically have around 65 copies of Covenanters. So it's not bad. It does take a while to get the 50, but once you get it, it's immediate burst of power, and you also have a lot of materials for your Covenanters, plus half the materials you're gonna need on Phoenix, and of course, the weapon upgrades as well. Now that you're done with the level 65 and got your first Demon Wedge to plus 10, you're gonna wanna do level 60. This one will give you the Griffins. This one is actually one of the hardest ones to farm. It is not so bad because it's an expulsion mission, but it has a huge loot pool. And what's gonna happen, guys? It is also a predetermined farm. There's no way to get lucky here. You will get equal numbers of rewards at the end of it. 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. 49, well 50, I need to get the 50th one of that one. But as you can see, I have 50 copies of everything. That's how the drop system works on possible rewards. Again, you will also drop Phoenixes in this one, which is also going to benefit your level 81 for this stuff, because that's the currency you're going to need to upgrade these things. So you'll be farming it, and you'll be benefiting from this farm. Now, what you want to target farm here? You can't just go all willy-nilly and just farm anything. You first want to farm the Duel. Sphinx Duel. Get 50 copies of this. Now, in this farm, I have kinda made I kind of figured out that once you get 50, you get around 110 pieces of these things. So I highly suggest you get duels. Once you get 50, you will not be done with this activity. You'll probably be halfway done. After you get duels, you want to get Surge. Now, I was one of the first ones to farm the Griffins and basically make it plus 10. The problem was, back then, I thought that Trap and Duel were the best ones. Sorry, this one, and this one. So I farm for duels and trap because I figured, it's farming. This one's for farming. This one's for not farming. But apparently you can farm with this one and that's all you need. And this one is not as important. This is very good for bossing. This is why you want to get duels. Recently, people have figured out that Surge, which is... let's try and find it. It's this one. The way Surge works is you gain 44% additional attack when enemies with stands are completely weakened. So this is very good for bossing, and you don't need to equip it on the main character. You can give it to the support character and this will proc. So as early as now, if you haven't started Demon Wedge farming, the reason why this is really important is you need to farm this duels first and then Surge. After you get duels and Surge, I highly suggest that you get maybe Onslaught, because you can maybe do something with Onslaught in the future for attack builds. Decreases damage taken, making you a little bit tanky, and then you gain more attack. That's also not bad. Okay, so get 50 first of duels, and then get 50 of Surge, and then you're going to want to put this on your support. We can demo one. I will demo the Surge. As you can see, I only have one Surge because, well, this is new information that has popped up, and yeah. Morphy, then farm it. But now we're going to farm it a little bit. Hopefully, we'll get some drops. So roughly, I feel like to farm your Surge or your duels to 50 pieces, you're gonna have to farm this for about, give or take, 4 to 5 hours, depending on the character that you're using. Yep, I know it is a grind, but it is worth it once you get it. I've been putting off the Surge grind since information has come out about it. And I've honestly been a little bit bitter about it because damn, I wish I knew about it sooner and I would have farmed it already. Now that I didn't farm this, I feel like it is a waste of my time, sorta, because I don't get anything useful anymore since I've already gotten all of the Griffins, as you can see right here. Except for this one, I got my 50th piece. Let's go. So yeah, I did not get Surge, I got something else. So you're gonna want to do this over and over and over again until you get 50 copies of Griffins and of course your 50 copies of Duels and Surge. Alright, so by the end of this, you're gonna be able to farm yourself a maxed up Demon Wedge like this one. This will give you a lot of pyro attack, a lot of skill damage, and whatever benefit you want, either skill duration or skill range. Skill range is honestly a little bit better, but it depends per character. So that's the second part of the complete Demon Wedge guide. But we're not done. We are not done, guys, because remember those phoenixes that you farmed up? Now that you've farmed up your phoenixes, you're now gonna target the most important Demon Wedge in the game for a lot of builds. Because after you complete 65 and 60 grind, you will have probably around 60 copies of Phoenix. You only need 50 for specifically the wing one, this one, Phoenix Wings. I have a lot of it because I farm a lot of Demon Wedge, but in the start I only had 60 or so. But that is more than enough for you to focus farm this blueprint. Okay, so what you're gonna want to do, is rush this one next. This will change the build of your characters as well as the performance of your AIs. So you're gonna pick this mission. It's another expulsion mission. It's not so hard. Yes, they are level 80s, but it isn't too difficult. So I'm gonna demo it for you guys again. Okay, unfortunately it's this one. So if you get this stage, you want to go up here, pop your E up here, stomp here. If my character is stronger, this would be a lot easier. But because we're running Hellfire, they are level 80 mobs, so they do live a lot longer. So you're gonna want to use a hyper carry type character, or at least a character with a lot. Yes. I used Yale back when I was farming this, so you might want to swap to a stronger character. But for farming other content, Hellfire is more than good enough. Especially now I'm not using my DPS Hellfire build, this is like my farming build. So we are healing poo damage. Okay, we're getting through it though. Little bit more. Little bit more. Come on! Okay. No! Get him! Uh-oh. This one's an elite. It's an elite with a high... Oh no. Yeah, chat. You're gonna want to use strong characters when you go for this one. Right now, I'm using a farming character and it is not going so well. Although this one is just heavily shielded, I think once the shield goes, it will be faster to drop. Yep, just like that. Yeah, is it healing? Wow, it's healing itself. Okay, so there you have it. That was a travesty because I was not using the correct character and build. And let's see what we got. We got ourselves an impetus focus because you will also get some weapon parts when you farm for this. That's why it's nice to go for the level 80 ones, guys, because you will also get weapon blueprints as well as I got stand fast, not the best one. You really want to get wing inspo. So you're gonna be repeating this until you get 10 pieces of wing inspo, and then you can craft your plus 10 wing inspo, which will change the game for you. Right, we get out of this one. Remember, you're gonna want 10 copies of each. And as you can see, I have 20 of this, 20 of this. I actually had 30 of these in total. And this one, I only got 10. This is hard to drop, so you will be repeating this mission for quite some time. So use powerful characters in order to beat the stage faster. And you will also enjoy some of these weapon rewards right here, because you will also need to farm this eventually. So like I said, remember 65 first, 60, and then the level 80. Then farm up your wing inspo. We're not done. Now that you're done with your wing inspo, it's time to get your duels and your surge. To get your duels and surge, you're gonna want to run the level 70 Noctoyager manual. Now this sequence is the best for people that are TR60 plus. If you're not TR60 plus, I will do a second half of this in a brief explanation. But for the TR60 boys, this is what you're doing. 65, 60, 80, and then 70. Now that you're in the level 70 part, you're gonna pick the specific one that you're looking for. Of course, you want duels, so you're gonna do duel, and you also want surge. So now I have 0 blueprints for surge. I have 0 of this because I plus 10'd it. So let's try to get surge. For an example for you guys, it is an expulsion mission. So it's not too hard, even with a weaker character or a weaker build. You can most likely, more often than not, clear this quite easily. Now there is one problem with this stage. It's that sometimes the mobs get stuck behind some pieces of in-game, not furniture, but assets. So yeah, it's a little bit of a hassle, but you can, it's not a big deal. It's annoying, but it's not a big deal. Okay, so we're gonna take this guy out. Few stomps. Notice that they're not that strong because they're only level 70. And there you go, I cleared it. Quick and easy. Easy one to do. Let's see what we get. Did I get lucky? I did not get lucky. I got Gleaming Whip Sword, which isn't too bad. And then I got Threshold, which is pretty okay. Alright, so that's the level 71. After you complete the duels and the surge, you're pretty much set with your demon wedges. Now, let's talk about the weekly bounty. Weekly bounty is a commission that you do that gives you a chance to get your prime morale or your prime blueprints. It's called Typhon's Prime. And just like all the others, I have a sinking feeling that the rewards here are either... It's not, I don't feel like it's by chance. I honestly feel like it is also a predetermined drop wherein you get one piece, then go through the cycle. You might get lucky and get 2 pieces earlier, or lucky that you get 3, but I'm telling you, it will be a predetermined drop. Because after 4 weeks, I have now crafted everything here at least once. Yeah, so you're gonna want to farm this one. Now that we're talking about farming for the prime morale or the prime typhons, I did a video on this earlier with Hellfire. I will add it to this complete ultimate demon wedge guide. So again, let's make a brief repeat so that people don't forget. You're going to want to do 65 first, 60, 80, and then the 70. Okay? But if you get your weekly bounties, you are not going to follow this cycle right away. You will take a break from your cycle and you will try to farm for your demon wedge, which is the prime ones, right? The typhons. So what you want to do to efficiently farm everything up, in the beginning, you're going to suffer a little bit because you're going to need to make your weapon celerity, your melee celerity, and your range celerity. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about this demon wedge right here for your weapons. Celerity plus 10. This will increase your weapon damage significantly because you will be attacking faster. It unlocks your weapon's potential for real. And it is stuck behind one of the most annoying farms in the game, which we'll talk about since it's fine to farm. It's good to farm this while you're farming for your typhons anyway. So let's get into that. Noctoyager Manual 50. For your range or for your melee celerity, you're gonna need Brutality, which is this one. So once you get about 30 copies of this, it takes about 30 copies for you to make a plus 10. You can then shift to this one. This one is Frugality. Again, you will need about 30 copies of this to completely plus 10 a Celerity range demon wedge. And you're also benefiting from this one because this one is for your Threshold, which is the attack range on melee. So for an example, we're just gonna do this one, or actually we'll do this one. This one is annoying, guys. This is one of the most annoying missions to do because there's an elevator. What do you mean? Why is it annoying because of an elevator? This is why it's annoying because of an elevator. You start the mission, you have to ride the elevator, you have to wait in the elevator. It takes a while. And then you go to the defense position, defense thing. Notice that took a lot of time already. This is extra annoying because look at where they spawn. They all spawn kind of far away from you and on top of these like weird bridge thing. So depending on who you're playing, it can be a little bit difficult to farm this. But if you're playing Lin, I think you'll be fine. So that's the top stage. On the bottom one, they are going to be coming from on top, but you're going to want to stomp first down here. Take out everything below, just like that. You jump up, and well, I cleared them a little too fast. And now they're all gone. So always clear the bottom. When you're on the bottom, clear the bottom, and then go on to the top and clear the top. Here you will drop a random chance of Typhon's Prime, just like that. And you will also get a random chance on getting Frugality or the one for Patrol, right? Patrol for Threshold. This is the optimum way of farming because you're gonna need those Frugalities in the future. And you're also gonna get this. It will be painful in the beginning, I know, but don't worry because once you're done with that, if you want to farm for more Typhons easily, if you don't want to farm for the weapon one at all, you don't have to do the 50. But I suggest you do. But you could just skip to 55 and then pick maybe this one, Pan Spectrum, because it's skill range and minus skill damage. It's not too bad. The trade-off is decent because you gain a lot of skill range. So for this one, is a good one to use Hellfire or Rebecca because the mobs spawn underneath. And then you just stomp to kill the stuff in the room. Walk a little bit closer so that you loot it. And then again, your aura is hitting everything in the bottom. This one is a 20-second farm. 20 to 23 seconds for Hellfire. It is a very good farm. And as you can see, I also get a Typhon, get secret letters, and you get some random thing here that you can use to get Carmine, just extract it. And then this one you keep because it might become important in the future. You never know if this is going to be a very strong material for a build Demon Wedge in the future. So already stock up on this. So yeah, that's for the Typhons. When you're not doing the Typhons, you're doing the other sequence, alright? 65, 60, 80, 70. Now that we're done with the 70 and you got these things, your blueprints for this stuff, your gleaming and all these things, it's finally time because you're also going to get your weapon stuff here, right? It's finally time to do the final one. And this one is the one you do last because this is probably the worst one of them all. Some people think it's the Typhons. Typhons ain't too bad. This one is the absolute buns. The level 30. It's buns because all of this is useless. Every single one of these is useless except for these ones. Spike attack, slash attack, and spike attack, slash attack, and smash attack. For melee and for range. And as you can see, this is terrible. This is weird because the one for range rarely drops. I don't know why it rarely drops. I have 31 copies. Only 30 copies of this and I got 50 copies of this. So I'm not even done with this one yet. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to select one that you think you're going to need in the future. As you can see how long it takes, guys. This takes really long. I have 129 copies of this, 55 copies of this, 95 copies of this, and 54 copies of this one. Oh my gosh. So let's just do this for an example. I'm going to show you guys why it's annoying too. Because it's a level 30 defense. Why does it have to be defense? I wish it was just expulsion or something. Okay, so you're running. This is already costing me time. And then you're gonna go here. It's pretty much the same as the level 65. You're gonna stomp. They're all gonna come down. It doesn't matter what damage you do. They're all gonna be one hit. There you go. Put your aura on or whatever your character does. She takes forever to bring the elevator down. I don't know why it needs to go down. And then you clear the top. Beat the boss there. Clear everything. And there you have it. I got the drop. Inspo shards. And now I wait for the bonus reward, and like all other farms, this is a predetermined drop rate for the bonus. So yeah, this one is pretty damn hard. And you never know whenever you're gonna use this thing, so it's also good to have these and don't get rid of them. Because I feel like a lot of the wedges for 1.1 is related to weapons. Because weapons are gonna be OP. You will be getting secret letters when doing all these farms, which is kinda nice, but the amount is buns. It needs to be increased in my opinion. Alright, so there you have it. One final time, I will repeat everything you have to do in a very fast manner. Level 65, get your specific Demon Wedge. Bang, bang, bang for your favorite one, your favorite character. Done. Get 50. You get 60 copies of Covenanters at the end of it. 25 Phoenixes and a bunch of weapon ones. After you do this, you do level 60. You go for duels because that's important. And then you go for Surge because that's important. You need to get 50 duels, 50 Surge, and then 10 of whatever you want. And then 50 copies of all the Griffins. And by the time you finish this farm, you also have enough Phoenixes for your level 80 farm, which is Wing Inspo. And if you're using an HP scaler, get the HP one, defense one, and shield one for the shield scaler, which is only one character, Randy, and defense for Randy as well. After you do the 81, you're going to do the 71 to get your duels. Get your duels, and then get your Surge down here. Get 10 copies of each. After you do that, you're also going to get a bunch of weapon blueprints down here. After you do that, if you want to do your Phoenix, your Prime Typhons, you're going to go with the level 50. Focus on Brutality and Frugality and Threshold or Patrol. Get these two. You do these two first. 30 copies of this, 30 copies of this, and 30 copies of this. After you complete that, you're going to then do the final one, which is the weapon one. The most annoying one, because you only get 3 good rewards. Slash attack, spike attack, and smash attack for range and melee. There you have it, guys. The complete and final ultimate Demon Wedge guide brought to you by Morph. That took forever. Thank you for watching the video. If this helped you out, I hope that it did. And as you might notice that I put a lot of effort into this one. I've been yapping nonstop and I'm trying to talk faster because a lot of people want me to talk faster. Alright. Like the video, subscribe, really helps me out. And as always, I will see you all on the next video. Peace!